Hello guys, a very good morning to all of you. Happy New Year, and my name is Amit Sani. I welcome you on StudyIQ. This is my first session on this platform, and first of all, million thanks from my core of the heart to all of you. The way you have welcomed me on the platform. Prashant was taking this session, and I would try my best to take forward his legacy, and things should go in a better way. That I would try in the best possible way. Now, see, first thing, this is a very confusing time, and the new year has started. Exam is just 4 5 months away, and what to read, what not to read, how to read, in what length you should read, all these are confusions, all these are negativities, uncertainties. But one thing that is a strong pillar of your preparation, and one thing that is consistent, one thing that gives you boost confidence every day, that is the daily news analysis and the paper like Indian Express and the Hindu. These are the most reliable sources, and that's why I have chosen this. And thanks to StudyIQ, Gaurav sir, that you have given me this great responsibility. And now, see, I would start with my introduction here first. Then we will proceed towards the matter for today. And best of luck to all of you people, and best of luck to me also. I hope that you would pour your love on me the way you were giving it to Prashant. And let's start it. This is me. My name is Amit Sani, and these are the examinations I have cleared in the past. SSC, CGLE in 12, CPO, UPSC Mains 17 twice, and in 15 also, RAS Mains 17 I wrote, and I finally cleared UPSC EPFO Enforcement Officer Examination. Okay, and I faced Alka Siroi Madam's interview panel at UPSC Dholpur House. So that is about me. And regarding my education, I have done BTech from biotechnology, and that's all. I hope I would be the best tool for your preparation, and I will give my best out of my 4 5 years experience of this examination, and whatever I have learned in my this preparation life, I would give it to you in the best possible way. 24/7 I am available. If any kind of difficulty, any kind of confusion, or any kind of mistake that I make, you can write down that in comment section without any hesitation. There is no issue. Okay, you can criticize me, you can say anything. Okay, if you don't like something, or if you like something, then please be positive about that, and just be continued. Okay, thanks a lot, and I hope daily we will meet in the morning, and that is going to be a great morning every day. Thanks a lot. The indexes, how we would go by. This is the current affairs section. First, associated information would be there. Here, any organization, any scheme, any related information that is useful for the examination point of view, as a background, as a context of the main news, I would give that to you. The editorials, we will discuss them in detail. In the end, MCQs and the mains practice questions I would give to you daily. Okay, for these questions I would not give any answer. You will give me the answer in the comment section. You will write the mains answers, so that your answer writing improves every day. Okay, so that's the great start, I think, for the new year. Thanks a lot. First important news is regarding the Western Ghat, the most important biodiversity hotspot of India, one of the 8th of the world's. Okay, and we know ecologically sensitive areas, they are present in the maximum number in the Western Ghat. Okay, and more than 14, I think, national parks are there, biosphere reserves are there, the Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve, and all that area. Okay, so many parks, so many forest areas are there. So it's whole area extremely beautiful and unimaginable area present in India. You can see in the pictures. Okay, now parliamentary committee egged by the states insensitivity to Western Ghats, because ecologically sensitive area that they need to declare for this. Where any area, if it is declared as ecologically sensitive, then mining and all these commercial activities, they are somewhat banned. Okay, there are a lot of regulations and restrictions on that. So this is a huge controversy, because you see there are two needs. One need is of the a real commercial need of the country, and second is the nature environment. This is never ending debate. We all know that, because we have to save the environment, we have to save our next generations. But today, for our generation, for the next generations, we need commercial mining, we need resources. So for that also we need a lot of support. So that will come from here. And the main problem is The same area, the aboriginal communities, they are living, the forest communities and the sensitive areas are also there. All these species biodiversity hotspots, they are near to those areas where these commercial activities happen. The mining areas on all these, you can see that on the map, that Baba Budan Hills, they are there in Karnataka, okay, where the iron mining is happening, and near the Mangalore port, they are exporting it, okay. And a lot of areas, the mining is in Goa, and all these rivers, they get polluted and all. So all these issues are there always. What is important for us? These two committees are important for us, from where the question would come. Questions have appeared in the past regarding the Gadgil committee and Kasturirangan committee. So these two committees were there regarding the Western Ghats situation, okay. So their recommendations were there, and it is a UNESCO recognized place. We all know that one of the world's 8 most important biodiversity hotspots. That is a network that UNESCO declares, okay. So it's in that network, okay. And these are the areas. Kasturirangan and Gadgil reports were there. Gadgil Commission came first in 2011. It was called Western Ghat Ecologically Expert Panel, WGEEP. So with the same name, it was asked in the prelims examination of the UPSC, okay. I think it was in year 2016 that was asked, okay. So the report came in 2011 during the UPA regime, and it declared the entire hill range as an ecologically sensitive area. That was the most important thing, and that was controversial because it went against the commercial needs of the country. Although he was perfectly right in his stance, and he's an environmentalist and he's an advocate, so he was saying things in a perfect way, and that those are perfect also in the context of nature, because we need to save that, and we need the Western Ghats a lot. And this is a serious situation. If we don't conserve this area, then it is going to be greatly harmful for the even the commercial future also. But we need innovative solutions. So right now, whatever is available, so there this trouble is going on. So it was called the Environmental Friendly Commission, Environment Friendly Committee. So government went with the Kasturirangan Commission. It came to review this WGEEP only, okay. Regarding the Western Ghat, we know 6 states. It covers 44 districts and 142 talukas. These are the areas. This is the Konkan coast, okay, and this is Malabar coast. This is Coromandel coast, okay. So you should remember that Coromandel is eastern coast and Malabar is western coast, okay. So Konkan coast and Malabar coast, whole area is covered by Western Ghat. It starts in the state of Gujarat and it ends here. Cardamom Hills and all, Palni Hills, Nilgiri Hills, all these are here, and there are gaps, Palakkad Gap and Bhor Ghat, Thal Ghat, these gaps are also there. So a lot of questions are asked from this area, and one of the most important area, one question is always asked regarding any species, and these species are also always discovered in this area only, whether it is any bird or any amphibians, okay, the salamander or these frogs and all. So they always are discovered in this area, okay. So Kasturirangan committee, it was informally said that more a government committee. Gadgil commission was more a environment friendly committee. This was government friendly committee, because instead of 100% area, it came to 37% area as ecologically sensitive. This was a great difference, okay. So Kasturirangan panel used remote sensing and aerial survey. So they gave this argument that only 37% should come under this category, and mining and should completely banned in this 37% area, and we should go with the other area, okay. So this was important regarding the Western Ghat, and go through the maps, go through all the hills, go through all the forest ranges, okay. And these rivers, they are originating places. You see from Trimbak Plateau, Godavari is rising. Godavari, the Ganga of the south. Ganga, we call it because there are huge tributaries, a huge number of tributaries, and the biggest basin area in the southern India of Godavari. This is the way it is for the Ganga in the north. So that's why it is called Ganga of the south, from the context of basin area. Kaveri, which rises from Tal Kaveri in the Brahmagiri hills, it is also called the South Ganga, but the region is religious region, the way the religious regions are there with the Ganga river, okay. So Tal Kaveri, Brahmagiri hills, Kaveri is rising in Karnataka, and from Mahabaleshwar the Krishna is rising. So these are the main rivers, and other rivers are here, they are rising in these Karnataka's Nandigiri Hills, the Palar, Ponnayar and all these Pennaru, all these rivers. Okay, so they are not rising in the Western Ghat area, but certainly this is the area of Nilgiri Hills where the Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat are meeting. So this is the meeting place. Okay, and Cardamom Hills, Palni Hills, these are south to Nilgiri Hills. And Anaimudi is the highest peak. Doda Beta is the highest peak of Nilgiri mountains. You remember these details. Okay, now see, next news is regarding the ordinance. Modi rules out ordinance on Ram temple for now because the Supreme Court judgment verdict is pending. So he said that after that verdict only we will think about that, because ordinance is not a simple thing. Ordinance is given under the article 123 of the constitution. Only president can issue ordinance, and only at that time where both the houses are not in session. Okay, or if one house is in session, then also the president can issue ordinance, but he will only do this on the recommendation of Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. Otherwise, on his own, president cannot do this. President is a rubber stamp. He only works according to the advice given by Prime Minister. Okay, once he can send it for the reconsideration, but again, if it is sent back again to the president, he has to issue it. So that's the thing. It's a temporary law. We all know that, because it has to be assured in the after the reassembly of the these houses. Okay, it needs to be present before the houses of the parliament who reassembles. An ordinance ceases to operate on expiry of 6 weeks. If it is not passed in both the houses, then it will cease to be effective after 6 weeks, and 6 weeks we will count if the other house is meeting after a gap. So maximum would be 6 months and 6 weeks. Okay, because 6 months can be the maximum gap between meeting of the two houses. Okay, so that's the thing. And Article 123, you remember, that's the greatest power, greatest legislative power of the president. It's a legislative power. Okay, not executive or any other power, not discretionary. It's a legislative power. Next, US Israel officially quit UNESCO. US, the country who was the founding member of the UNESCO, co-founded by US, he is withdrawing. The way it withdrew from the TPP, withdrew from the civil nuclear deal with Iran and all. Okay, US and Israel, we all know that in 1949, after the World War II, Israel was formed. Okay, and it was formed out of total help of USA, because a lot of inhabitants in USA are Jews. Okay, and Jews is the main the Jew land, they call it Israel. Okay, that's the main place. So that's why it gave all the power, it gave all the military strength, all the technological strength to Israel, and now Israel is dominating the area. It is the most advanced country in the Western Asia. It's a Jewish country. And Palestine is not a UN recognized country, but Palestine is a member state. It was voted as a member state of organization of the UNESCO. Okay, so if question comes, Palestine is not a member of UN, but Palestine is a member of UNESCO. Okay, and they recognized Palestine, UNESCO recognized Palestine. That's why US and Israel both are quitting UNESCO. That's the issue. Okay, because as I told you, the Jew religion is the main thing, and always US is aggressively supporting Israel, its expansion, the way it is settling the colonies and all in the disputed areas of West Bank and all. So US is supporting all these things, and it is saving Israel in all the conditions. So that's the thing. That's why here they both are again together. They are quitting simultaneously. Okay, now Telangana got its first Chief Justice. Telangana state, which was formed in 2014 after the bifurcation of the state of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, now first Chief Justice Thottathil B. Radhakrishnan is the first Chief Justice of Telangana, and 12 other judges, 5 judges, they have also taken oath. Okay, next news is regarding the Ganga water quality has improved. Government tells Rajya Sabha. You see, this is the election year, and all these rhetorics will keep coming till the month of May. And it's a great thing. It's a shock to me also that all these areas, all these riverine states, they are having improvement. But it's official information. We have to write that in the examination, because we will go in the examination with the official information only. Maybe whatever reality that may be different, but we will go with the official information. So they have seen the improvement in the situation. Two things: BOD. Second thing is coliform bacteria. These are talked about always. They are setting the standards to evaluate the water condition. Biological oxygen demand. You see, any organic waste or any organic material, whether it's plant, any living cell or anything that is organic. Organic means made up from CHON, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, if that is made up from these compounds, there are different compounds, organic compounds and polycyclic chains may be there. Okay, so if organic compound is there, then certainly it will be decomposed by bacteria. Okay, if that is in water, if it's any algae or something, you must have heard about the algal bloom and all that. On the surface, algal, the green layer comes, that's algal bloom. Okay, so that's all organic matter that will die. After the death, that bacteria will decompose the matter, and when the bacteria will decompose the matter, they will need oxygen. The way we need oxygen to breathe, they will also need oxygen. So more organic waste they are decomposing, that means more bacteria are working, more oxygen demand is there, and this demand will rise if they are decomposing more. So that is the biological oxygen demand. If more BOD means more polluted water, that's the thing. Okay, and coliform bacteria are the bacteria which are feeding on the fecal material. Okay, the waste came from the latrines that is going into rivers. So Ganga is the main sink for all these areas, all these big states from Uttarakhand till Bengal. These are the states. Okay, so their whole fecal material is coming into Ganga. So coliform bacteria are in much amount, and the reality is that the situation is actually worsening in some areas, but the government stand is that it has told in Rajya Sabha that the situation is improving in all these areas. Okay, we have found low levels of coliform bacteria and low BODs. Okay, so that's the thing. Now Bolsonaro sworn in as Brazil's president. New president Brazil has got. One important thing I forgot to tell you, that if we remove the organic waste from the water, then it will self clean itself, because bacteria will not have anything to decompose. So automatically water will become pure again by the sunlight, because the UVs will work on the water, and if organic waste and bacteria are not there, then the water will not get polluted again. Okay, and it will become pure again, but it's totally impossible thing in the open environment. That's the thing. Now editorials, very important editorials came today. One is regarding the tobacco consumption, NCD issue, non-communicable disease, where India is becoming the den of the disease like cancer, diabetes, cardiac diseases and other non-communicable disease, and they are totally relatable with the tobacco consumption and the nicotine which is there in the cigarettes and all. So that's also a huge concern. Now see, the WHO FCTC is there. WHO FCTC, Framework Convention on Tobacco Consumption. Okay, so regarding that, the issue is of the plain packaging. You can see in this picture, the plain packaging is there. There is no pictures or any attractive logos or brand names or any pictures of hero heroines. Nothing is like that. No Mukesh, no warning signs Mukesh. The famous ad before every movie when we watch in the theaters, the ad comes. Okay, so that's the innovative idea, and that is working actually for India, because India is having a serious situation. So we need to haunt the public, and this is all reality. This is not a joke, this is not exaggeration. Tobacco creates cancer, that's a reality. That's why we need to show them. That's why we need to put all these horrible pictures on our cigarette packets. In 2016, we raised this particular proportion to 85%. On the label, 85% is this picture, warning picture. Okay, but here the issue is with the plain packaging. Australia was the first country who started in 2012 with this plain packaging. The idea is that it should not be attractive, because it becomes a style statement, it becomes a brand name, and more people will be attracted to start smoking. Okay, so that's the thing. The age group like 15 to 20, they are mostly attracted with these hi-fi and very attractive advertisement, brand names and logos and all the pictures. Okay, and the way these celebrities and all, they endorse cigarette users and all. Okay, so that's why that should end. That is the main article 19 of the FCTC. According to that, plain packaging should be there. Here the news is Thailand in Asia and Saudi Arabia in the Arabian region. These two countries will start plain packaging in 2019 year. Arabia will do it in May, Thailand will do it in September. Okay, after that, in this form, these cigarette packets will be sold. Okay, and I told you Australia became the first country, and this was the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control guidelines. According to the guidelines, first it was a protest regarding Australia's move, then WHO in June 18, last year only. Yes, it has become the last year because it is January started. Okay, so last year WTO gave this ruling in favoring plain packaging. Okay, so now it will be plain packaging in a lot of countries. And you see the most important thing regarding this FCTC, I will tell you. Before that, I will tell you that it recommends prohibiting the use of logos, colors, brand images, and idea is to reduce the attractiveness of tobacco products. Okay, as I told you, in 16 graphic pictorial warning, we raised it till 85%. Before that, it was less than 50% I think it was at that time, but now we raised it to 85%. It means almost whole the label is covered, whole packet is covered with this pictorial warning. Okay, the cancer picture and all that you see normally. Okay, so that's the thing. But for BDs and smokeless tobacco users, it is less, the labeling is less. Okay, so that's the thing. In May 18, what we did, India ratified WHO protocol against illegal trade of tobacco. In May we did that. Illegal trade. Why illegal trade? Because you see, this is a demerit good. People will buy it, people will consume it, and they will die. So this is a demerit good. So that's why we need to keep the public away from it. So we will rise the price of it. So excise duty is very high, 52% on the cigarettes, so that it becomes very, very expensive and very less people would be able to afford it. So that's the thing. So 52% was the excise tax, and 19.2 around percent tax was there on the BDs, because it is consumed by the normally the poor population. So that's the reason. So because of these taxes, the company started evading the taxes. So that's why we needed to ratify this protocol. According to it, illegal trade should be banned, so that we should catch all these wrongdoers. Okay, now regarding the institution, we need to talk about this, because the question would come regarding the FCTC. 56th World Health Assembly happened in 2003 when it was adopted. Okay, and first World Health Organization treaty adopted under Article 19 of the WHO Constitution, and it is the first public health treaty negotiated by UN. That you should remember. FCTC, we have also signed it, and we have also signed the illegal trade sanction also in May. So everything we have done, and this treaty came into force in 2005. One of the most quickly ratified treaties in the United Nations history. That was the situation. Okay, and universal standards are there, and it is legally binding. That is the most important information. Okay, I have framed an MCQ for that also. Okay, there are 181 ratifying countries where it is legally binding. So that's the great thing. Two important issues are discussed internationally always, which are successful treaties. This is FCTC. Second one is the Montreal Protocol. Both are legally binding and both were quickly ratified treaties. So that's the thing. Next, signs of a turnaround. It is regarding the banking situation, the non-performing assets situation. Regulatory vigil should not ease after the half-yearly decline in bank goes NPA ratio. It is seen that a very slight improvement is seen. It's seen in the gross NPA percentage. It was 11.5 in March 18, and now it is around 10.8%, and it is expected that it will narrow down to 10.3% in March 19. So that's the improvement, but it's not a huge improvement, but some improvement, because consistently for 3 years it was a huge problem. And you see banks income, it is totally dependent on that interest earning. How these are called assets. The banks, the loans they give to corporates or normal public, these are assets because they earn interest from them. Okay, how they earn? What is the bank's assets and liabilities? Whatever I deposit in the bank as FD or something like that, okay, that is liability for the bank. For that, banks will pay interest to me. Okay, say for 8% bank is paying to me interest rate, and bank will take this money and it will give to someone as a loan. So they will charge maybe for 11%. So this 3% difference is the earning of the bank. Okay, so that's the earning, and main earning is by the corporate loans. And now these corporate loans are being defaulted. Okay, so that's why the main earning is blocked. That's why the banks are in great trouble today, NPA situation, and it reached up to 11%, more than 11.5% in the March 18. So that was the horrible situation. And now see, this is the only earning, as I told you. So that's why it is seen that prompt corrective action PCAs were taken for these banks, so that these are the emergency measures, and all kinds of restrictions, regulations are put on these banks so that they are not able to give many loans easily and all. If maximum amount of security comes, then only they will be able to give loans and all. Okay, so that's the situation. And PSBs, public sector banks, they have a disproportionately higher share of bad loans. Okay, and still the condition is continuing because it is more than 10% till now. Okay, so situation is more horrible, I must say, with the public sector banks, not with the private sector banks. NPA situation is only 7% at the private banks, and it is 21.6% with the public sector banks. So they are in deep trouble. That's the situation. Okay, RBI's prompt corrective action, as I told you, it's emergency measures, and all kinds of the schemes are qualitative, quantitative, all kinds of measures are taken just to control the situation of the non-performing assets with the banks. Okay, RBI is the main regulator of the banks, that you should remember, and RBI takes all these measures. Okay, sovereign guarantee, it is discussed here. What is sovereign guarantee? If I deposit some money, okay, if that bank fails, then the government of this country that gives sovereign guarantee, that will pay me my money, not whole money, some percentage of this amount. That's a deep trouble. Okay, but that's a sovereign guarantee. It is given by central government or the state government. Okay, under Article 292, central government is allowed to give this sovereign guarantee, and Article 293, state governments are allowed to give this guarantee. Okay, but banks are not interested in this guarantee. Why? Because you see, there are PSUs, public sector units, and they are also defaulting. They are not able to pay their loans back. So banks are having a great trouble with the PSUs. But like other companies, they are not able to sell their stakes. Interministerial committee prohibited banks from selling or putting auction for the stakes of these PSUs, public sector units. Okay, the way Madhya Pradesh Electricity Board, that has defaulted in repaying the loan and all. So banks cannot do that. So banks are in trouble. Banks say that give us power, because there is no gain by these sovereign guarantees. Okay, we will be in the loss even after that. If you give guarantee to the depositors, okay, we will be lost. So that's not effective for us. So that's why, that's the situation. So sovereign guarantee is mainly for the consumers, the people who deposit money in the banks. Okay, so that is the thing. The other main cause of concern is the data on banking frauds. Okay, without knowing and without your permission, if your money is deducted from your account, somebody steals that online. Okay, so these are the banking frauds, digital frauds, and they are on rise. They are main cause of concern. So that RBI and all these regulators and policymakers, they need to take care. Otherwise, the situation would be very grim. That the important article, most important article today, is the bilateral transformation. The way it was a landslide victory for the for the Awami League's leader, Sheikh Hasina. She was incumbent for the 2 consecutive terms. Now the 3rd term she has won, and it was a total brutal victory for her. Okay, the opposition BNP party was there in that front, the opposition front that was made. It has got only 7 seats, I think, and 17 people were killed. So it was a very controversial election. The opposition is saying that it's a farcical, it's a joke, it's not an election, because all the seats are won by Awami League, and hijacking was there, and all these things were there. So we don't subscribe to this election. This should be fair, and this should happen again. But you see, Sheikh Hasina's government has made a lot of economic progress in the recent years. In the past decade, it has been the fastest growing economy, one of the fastest growing economy, not the fastest, but one of the fastest growing economy in the world. Okay, and mainly the export sector was on the boom. That's why it made a lot of progress. For us, what is the issue? That it can be a key interlocutor. Bangladesh, its situation, its geographical position, sorry. Because of that, it can be a key interlocutor in the India's Act East policy. You see, it was Look East policy, but now we have upgraded it to the Act East policy, act towards East, because East is making progress. This 21st century is there for the Asian nations. Okay, the Asian miracle, you must have heard about that. Okay, so these countries are making progress, and extreme progress, and that's why Act East policy is very, very important for us. BIMSTEC and BBIN, 2 important grouping is there where Bangladesh is involved. Okay, and both are important geographically and geopolitically. So that's the thing. And Bangladesh's GDP grew at 7.6%. So there's no doubt that she has done a tremendous work. These are the official data. Okay, whatever controversy is there, but we cannot talk about that. But the reality is that she has won the election and she has made progress. So that's the thing. So that's why whatever they say, whatever Khalida Zia said, Khalida Zia, say who is the leader of the BNP. Okay, that doesn't count now. Issue is that from the exam point of view, what is important for us? Whatever has happened in the past years that we need to see. You see, there are links in the month of May also. We friendship pipeline, you must have heard about, that was started, and the rail links. What are the rail links? You see Khulna here in Bangladesh, Kolkata here in India, Petrapol in India, Binapol in Bangladesh. Okay, and this place called Gede and Darsana is there. These are the rail links. Okay, and these red ones are the proposed rail links. Akhura Agartala railway link. That was started in the month of May, I think, when Sheikh Hasina and Modi ji, they met. So that's the thing. One important area is cyberspace. In the Cox's Bazar area, this is the Cox's Bazar area, this is the area with the border of Myanmar here. From here, they have established an international gateway. So from here, northeast of India, sorry, I made a mistake here. This is the Cox's Bazar area, this is Bangladesh, this is Myanmar. Sorry, I made a mistake here. This is Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh, and from here the international gateway is helping the northeast states to get the a nice internet connection. So cyberspace area is very important for us. Other areas, military wise and all, we are extending support, and they are procuring Indian goods, military goods. So that should continue. That's an important measure here with India. Okay, apart from these transport and all these rail links and all. Okay, so that's the thing. And regarding BIMSTEC, the name came regarding the BIMSTEC. All these are the countries in BIMSTEC. Although not much progress is there in the BIMSTEC and BBIN right now, but you should know where India is involved. These are the member nations. Okay, BBIN, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, they are here in BIMSTEC also. Apart from them, Sri Lanka, Thailand and Myanmar. 3 countries are extra. In SAARC, Thailand is not there. Okay, and Myanmar is also not there. 8 countries are there in SAARC, from Afghanistan till Bangladesh. So that's the thing. Now see, what are the issues? There have been asymmetry in the economies of India, because Bangladesh is a small country but very progressive country, and very cheap labor is available. So export wise, this country is progressing. They are making a lot of textile and all, and they are exporting a lot of things. Okay, regarding the jute cultivation also, you must know that before partition it was the major jute producing area, and trouble came after the independence that jute producing area remained in Bangladesh and the market remained in West Bengal. Okay, so that again was a big trouble. If India-Bangladesh relations are not good, then that thing is again going to be very much affected. But right now, Bangladesh is the only country which has, we can say about that it is the best relations regionally, okay, as a neighbor. Otherwise, Pakistan, China, we all know that Sri Lanka is also not having very great relations. Nepal is also is not having very great relations. Normal relations are there, okay. But Bangladesh, there are cordial relations, and it has helped in insurgency also, controlling insurgency in northeast area of India. Okay, so that's why it is important for us, and Sheikh Hasina's government has helped India in maintaining that. And as I told you, the issue of asymmetry in the economies, that was also solved because India, under the South Asian Free Trade Agreement, we allowed duty-free exports from Bangladesh. We imported things, okay, so those were duty free. That's why the important exports from Bangladesh, it rose to $900 million, okay, from $350 million, okay. And apart from that, special economic zones in Bangladesh for Indian manufacturing companies has been mooted and notified. When operational, it will encourage Indian companies to manufacture there and export to India. So if these says they become operational, they become a reality, then it is going to be a huge deal both for Bangladesh and India, okay. And India's investment reached $3 billion, and in 17 years we signed agreements worth around $10 billion. So it is going to be a huge deal. So regionally it is the biggest partner for us, okay. India's largest trading partner in South Asia with a $9 billion plus trade, okay. And you see the areas, Akhura, Agartala, you see the geography also. We are having the longest boundary, international boundary with Bangladesh, 4096 kilometer. Smallest is 80 kilometer with Afghanistan, but Afghanistan, that is in the POK area, okay. Officially it is India's boundary, but administration wise it is in POK. So Bangladesh is the biggest boundary, more than China's. Okay, China is around 3990 kilometers, I think, and Bangladesh is 4096 kilometers. So it is the longest one. You see, Akura is here, Agartala is here, so it's important 15-kilometer rail link. That's the thing. And you see the rivers. Ganga is coming from this area here, till here it is Ganga. After that it becomes Padma. Okay, and Padma multi-purpose bridge is also being constructed. It is going to be a huge deal if we are seeing the future of the transportation through the from southeast to Eastern Asia region. Okay, if we need to move there, then it is going to be an important deal. After that, Akura Agartala rail link is there. This bridge, Padma bridge, is being constructed here, and Akura Agartala link is here, rail link is here. So it is going to be important. Deadline was 17, but it is not completed till now. So that's the thing. So Ganga is till here, Padma in Bangladesh, Brahmaputra till here. From the state of Assam, it is entering Bangladesh as Jamuna. Okay, so Ganga is Jamuna and Brahmaputra, Ganga is Padma in Bangladesh and Brahmaputra is Jamuna in Bangladesh. Okay, and the third important river system is the Meghna system. You must have heard about the Barak River. Barak River, it is rising in Manipur and it is taking a hairpin bend, entering in Assam, and as a river as Kushiara River, it enters Bangladesh and it becomes a part of Meghna river system. So three important river systems are there in Bangladesh, but in this area they all mixed up. Okay, and the network of distributaries are there, and climate wise Bangladesh is having a great trouble because these coastal areas, they are not more than 1 to 3 meters height. Okay, sea level is only 1 to 3 meters below their land. Okay, so that's a great danger if the sea level rises. Okay, and if the climate change is not reversed, then certainly Bangladesh is going to be sunken in the sea. That's the thing. And regarding the friendship pipeline, as I told you in September, it was not made. It was in September. I'm sorry. So this was sanctioned, and Dhaka Tongi Jodhpur railway project was also signed. Okay, when these leaders met, Modi and Sheikh Hasina. Okay, and before that, Bangladesh cabinet approved access of Chittagong port by northeast state of India. Okay, Chittagong is here in the eastern part of Bangladesh. Okay, so connectivity wise it was very important. You see the satellite map here, Ganga is entering here, this is Brahmaputra, and here the Meghna river system, the Kushiara or the Barak river is entering from here. And you see the main important river, that is also a huge issue between India and Bangladesh, that is Teesta river. Teesta river, 50-50% water sharing is proposed, but the final settlement is not there till now. But if the cordial relations they are maintained, then certainly it is going to be important for us. It is going to be possible for us. Now see, Teesta river used to be the tributary of Ganga 2-3 centuries back, but after that tectonic shift happened and the flooding happened. Now Teesta is the tributary of Brahmaputra river, which is known as Jamuna in Bangladesh. Okay, so you can see here in Bangladesh it is meeting here in the Brahmaputra river. Teesta Rangit was the main tributary of Teesta, rising in the Zemu glacier, Pankhui glacier, Zemu glacier, and it is rising in Sikkim and it is entering here. It is Sikkim's main river. Rangit is the main tributary. This question was asked in the UPSC Prelims 2017. Okay, and this is the Padma bridge. Now see, what are the challenges? Main challenge is China. All these small nations around us, China is trying to put them in debt trap. Why? Because China is having the higher investment capacity, which India does not have, because India does not have that much capacity. India has capacity, but not that much capacity which China has. China has enormous capacity. So China gives debt to all these countries. You must have heard about the Hambantota port issue in Sri Lanka, how Sri Lanka is totally under the debt trap of China. Okay, so by heart or by their wish, nobody wants to go with China because China dominates. China then starts interfering in their policies and all. But India is a cordial partner, but India does not have investment capacity, so it's a complex situation. So we need to maintain that China's security and economic footprint should become less. And as I told you, overwhelmingly Bangladesh is dependent on military hardware from China. So that thing should be replaced with India's proposals. India has provided $500 million LOC for procurement of defense related goods from India, and that momentum must be maintained and intensified. and then only we can improve in this area. Otherwise it would not be a match for China, and we cannot balance the China factor here. Okay, and it is a total adjacent neighbor for us. Okay, just next neighbor. So if here the China creates any kind of interference or trouble for these countries, then certainly it is going to be a huge security issue for India also. Okay, so that's the thing. Now the Rohingya issue is also not settled, and the National Registration Commission, which is going on in the Assam, the registration of the infiltrated population which came after 70s from Bangladesh. Okay, that's also is going to be a huge concern between both these countries, although both the leaders are not saying much about the NRC issue. Okay, but certainly this issue is there, and it needs to be solved. If cordially these things are solved, then certainly we are going to have huge beneficial impact on both our economies, and certainly South Asian region. This is going to be the biggest partnership. Okay, and when the Sheikh Hasina won the election, Modi ji was the first person, so it looks very friendly relation, so that can also work. We all know Modi ji that with the Trump, whether it was Obama, Sheikh Hasina or any other leader, personal relations are very great with this leader, so it can have a great impact. Okay, so that's the thing. He looks happy. Enemy in Iran. Next important जो article है, you see the article is strange bedfellows in West Asia. Why strange bedfellows? You see handshaking is there between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Biggest trouble was there here in this area after World War II, especially after 1949, when Israel was established as a Jewish state, and after that Palestine lost its recognition. So the issue was there between Islam issue and the Jews religion issue. The Jewish people, they said that it's our homeland. Islamist people, Arabian Muslims who were residing in this area, they also said that it is also a holy place for us, so we will not vacate this place. But you, by force, out of support of US, you have taken all these territories and all. So it was a great rivalry, and one of the biggest trouble in the world, most you must say disturbed area is there because of the Israel-Palestine issue. But you see, Arabian Muslims were there in the Palestine, but what you see here, Saudi Arabia and Israel are shaking hands. Why this is happening? It is happening because of a common enemy. Who is the common enemy? Common enemy is the Iran. Iran does not recognize, till date, Iran does not recognize Israel as a state. Iran says there is no country called Israel in this world. Okay, this is the Muslim area and it should remain. But the bigger issue is that Iran is a Shia country, and Arabian countries are mainly Sunni countries. Okay, so this is the biggest trouble, and it is far bigger trouble than this regional issue. And the other thing is that regional hegemony, every country wants. Israel is the most advanced country in this area. You see the map every year, they have a lot of questions. You see it is touching the border of Mediterranean Sea. The coast is there. Syria country is here. It is also opening in the Mediterranean Sea, and the border is there with Iraq and for Syria, and for Israel it is with Jordan, and here it is Egypt. It is the Sinai Peninsula. Okay, Golan Heights are here, which is having a controversy with the country of Syria. It has taken some territory out of Syria, and these are called Golan Heights. This question was asked in 2016 paper. Okay, so every year from this area, this is the biggest geopolitical hotspot in this world today. So that's why they are asking a lot of questions from here. So now these countries are shaking hands because Israel is enemy of Iran, and Saudi Arabia is also a great enemy of Iran. And the situation in Yemen, Hezbollah group, which is supported by Iran as a Shia group. So Saudi Arabia is also having a great trouble here. So these both countries are coming together very fast, and we all know Saudi Arabia is going through a lot of changes. This King Salman, when he came, he made a lot of democratic changes, the way female drivers were allowed and all, and after that a lot of changes happened. He put behind bars all these businessmen and all. So a lot of churning is going on in the Saudi Arabian economy and the polity, both. And now they were coming together very fast, this Israel and Saudi Arabia. But after the Khashoggi's murder, some trouble appeared because US criticized Saudi Arabia's policy a lot, and it is a state-sponsored murder of Khashoggi. It is totally open now, so that's the situation. But still, USA is totally actively supporting this particular relationship. Why? Because the issue of Iran. Iran is taken as one of the biggest enemy by US also. Barack Obama anyhow in the end of 2016 settled this Iran nuclear agreement, and after that a lot of economic sanctions which used to be there on Iran by US, they were lifted and a lot of things improved. But again Trump came and he reversed all these decisions. He withdrew from TPP, he withdrew from this climate change scenario, he withdrew from this this issue of Iran nuclear deal. Okay, so now that's why it is taking as an adversary, as an enemy, Iran. Okay, so that's why he is totally supporting Saudi Arabia and Israel's friendship, and it is totally trying to dominate over Iran. You must have heard about the Katsa provision, which is there for the adversaries of USA. USA says that we will put economic sanctions whom we will consider as our enemy. So it is taking enemy or adversary Iran, and just like Russia, so they are trying to put all these economic sanctions again on these countries. So that's the thing. And the issue of we importing oil from Iran, we wanted a waiver from USA for that. So all these issues are going on. So in the middle of this special and unique issues going on, where Saudi Arabia, being a Muslim country, is coming to, together with Israel, because regional hegemony is needed and the issue of Iran is there. Okay, so read about all this text, you will understand everything. The core issue I have explained to you. Now I will come towards MCQs which I have framed. Please give answer A, B, C, D in the comment section and write for the mains question that I have framed. Okay, 3 questions are there, 4 MCQs and 3 mains questions are there. Okay, so write in 200 words for all these questions, so that you will be preparing for the mains examination. Okay, or other examination, bank, SSC, all these. If you are preparing for that, if you are trying to understand the situation, and if you are going to write the essays and subjective questions, then certainly these things are going to be very, very crucial. So for daily we will practice this mains questioning, and for the some vocabulary words are also there. I thought they were important, so you should be clear about that. And for these questions, put all these options in the comment section. Whatever problem you face in my first session, please put that in the comment section so that I can improve from the next class. Okay, I'm trying my best to bring the best information and the selected and most important information from the exam point of view. Okay, to bring here on the platform. And YouTube is the great platform and the biggest platform of StudyIQ that we have, that it is the most reliable platform. And out of my experience, I will try to add the best of me here on this platform, so that the best help is there and one-stop solution is there for the daily news analysis. In the evening, my PIB session will be uploaded, okay, both for Hindi and English medium. And that these two things, this is the news analysis and the PIB analysis, daily you would see, and you would comment. I would request whatever problem that you face, or if something that is appreciated by you, that is totally welcome from my side. And all the criticism, all kinds of, without any hesitation, all kinds of troubles are also welcomed in the comment section. Okay, whatever you are feeling, please write that. I want the clear and honest review of these lessons. If these things are good, we will continue certainly, and we will certainly try to improve with every lesson. Thanks a lot and best of luck to all of you people. Happy New Year. This is a very important time. Consistency would be the key of success in this examination. And what best I can say for this situation, keep this thing continued, keep this thing solid. Best information for daily news and the contextual information I'm bringing here. Thanks a lot. Best of luck.